It's a brief history of HHN.
Part 33. Oh. Ooh, sinister and surreal. Ooh. So, yeah, for this year at HHN, our icons are sinister and surreal. I did not care for sinister and surreal. Mainly because I don't get them. So, like, sinister represents physical trauma, surreal represents psychological trauma, and they're sisters, cousins, lovers, haters. I don't know. They're extra-dimensional beings, I guess. They're like Cenobites, but they're not Cenobites. The characterization here is confusing, mostly because there's a lack of it. I don't know, they have a joint scare zone up front, Surreal has a horde of demon queens in Hollywood, Sinister has a torture fair in New York, which, yeah, this one was actually kind of baller. This was kind of a cool scare zone. But as for Sinister and Surreal themselves, they're just kind of part of it. Anyways, with them out of the way, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this year. Soundstage 22 became a quiet place where all the scares were actually triggered by sounds and stuff, so you had to be quiet through the house. That's really unique. 23 became home to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Unfortunately, currently my least favorite Ghostbusters movie, but the house itself was pretty good. As well as Monstruos, the Monsters of Latin America, another Latino house. 24 housed Insidious the Further, which I'm told was the scariest house this year, but again, I have no interest in this series, so As well as Triplets of Terror, where 3 siblings reenact their murders every 30 years or so, I think. It was something like that. It's because it's the 33rd year, it's a play in the number 3, it's cute, whatever. The Fast and the Furious building became Major Sweets' Candy Factory, a prequel to the Sweet Revenge scare zone, featuring my favorite character, Major Sweets! Oh, look at him, he's a skimp! The original sprung tents this year became the Museum, Deadly Exhibits, which from the name alone you would hope would get some Night at the Museum action, but no, it's just a green crystal that makes everything viney and evil. It's kind of disappointing. And Slaughter Cinema 2, where you get to go through more horror B-movies, this time themed to different events and rides from the Universal Parks, including Hatchet and Chains, Demon Bounty Hunters. Remember them now. We also got 2 new sprung tents this year, one of them housing Universal Monsters Eternal Bloodlines, the first ever entirely female crafted house, starring mainly female Universal Monsters. It was kind of mid, unfortunately. And the other one housed Goblin's Feast, where a bunch of goblins kidnap you and put you in a stew! I like them! I like goblins! Our other scare zones include the Swamp of the Undead in Central Park, where all the gators are feasting on zombies. San Francisco became Enter the Blumhouse. Are you guys sick of Blumhouse yet? I'm sick of Blumhouse. Nightmare Fuel changed their act to a nocturnal circus, and that's it for this year.
That's it. You can go home.
Yeah, compared to how we've been doing, this year was kinda meh. Whereas for the last 2 years I could say the houses were great but the scare zones were meh, or the scare zones were great but the houses were meh. This year, everything in general was just kinda, not the worst, but not the best. I don't know, this year's icons just weren't it. Hopefully next year's icon will be Well, only one more year to go before now. I hope you laughed. I hope you learned something. I'm Zach, and this has been
A brief history of HHN.